Hey guys, Sean here. So as you can see, this is going to be a VOD review of FPX versus Opportunists, and it's one of the first, I guess, real VOD reviews I'm going to upload to my channel. I wanted to do an intro to it and just let you guys know why I chose this VOD. So this is a really cool up-and-coming team in Opportunists, French team actually. So they end up stealing a map off of FPX, which a lot of people assume to be a top 3 team in the entire world right now. FPX looks solid in any best of 3 you watch them in. They're a very strategic team. And I thought it was super cool that in this series, it was Astra versus Astra. So I don't have a lot of experience commentating on these games, and I don't think a lot of viewers really have a lot of experience watching them. So this was a really sick match to watch. And just to give some backstory on Opportunists, you can see this is how they got to that situation. You know, they were 2-0 in Guild, 2-1 in Heretics. These are really top teams in EU, right? Before, losing 1-2 to FPX. Meanwhile, FPX, it goes without saying, these guys are absolute monsters. And when they drop series, it's often at the very tail end of tournaments. They look like they're going to win them and they fall just short. They hardly ever drop series, though. So the fact that an up-and-coming team is stealing a map off on them, I wanted to see how they did it. And maybe we can learn some things. So be sure to like, subscribe, comment to this video if you like this content. Let me know what you want me to do next. I'm kind of experimenting with my YouTube right now, so yeah, let's see where it goes. Thanks, guys. So this is this Astra star, and she's looking over here because she's gonna pop it. This is definitely a defense. This is an attack one. Is this a defense one? So if I had to guess, both of these two are defense, and then the ones across the map are attackers. And I would imagine making this into a gravity well is very, very strong. Here's the logic behind this and why I know that this is an attacker one. The barrier would be typically like what, right here? So what happens is that defense is able to take this line. That's why when you have an op here, you can take this line before the attackers get there. And that's why often you'll see like Cyphers throw, their cages down right here because they know that this guy beats them there. Well, a gravity well being there changes the game completely, right? Because you no longer have to deny vision. You no longer have to wait for something to land. You can just be the first one there. It's a good idea because now you have changed fundamentally. Pretty much, you've essentially changed the location of the barrier. Unless someone's gonna like dash past it or TP past it or, just ignore your utility, which they could do. They could do that too. Okay. So I'm curious if he's gonna recall this or if this is a real smoke. He could recall it just so that way they can take the line. Because again, this is another thing you can do with Astra, right? This smoke here. The reason why this is important is because I'm very curious how Astras are going to use these and how coordinated like these two guys are with the Astra. Because theoretically what could happen right now is this Astra is going to recall the smoke so that way she has it again later in the round. And then these guys are going to take this line, right? So again, it's like the same theory with this one where normally you would spawn and you'd go towards B, and the way it works is you peek this angle and there could be a guy already here waiting, there could be a guy already here waiting, there could be a guy in any of these spots really. Like, the way that the spawns work is they just beat you to those spots. That's just how the map works. So by recalling a smoke though, you kind of take the line and you get across. Like you get past the crosshair placement of someone. Like you could end up in this corner. You could essentially just be waiting when the smoke goes away. There's a lot of little games you can play when you pick an Astra, which is why I knew that she would be picked in these pro games when she was first released in the game. And people are like, are you sure? And I was like, yes, I'm positive. We're going to see a lot of Astra. Because that is a very strong ability to have. You can essentially like cast an ability for free, get it back, and all smokes are essentially used for is to deny a line of sight at specific timings so that way you can get in more favorable situations. And all it takes is like 2 seconds, which is what this smoke lasts for. Sometimes on like a mid control or a sight hit, you want your smokes to last a long time. which is good. Like that's when Astra can use her real smokes. But these little like ticky-tack smokes across the map like this, the early ones basically, you don't need these to last a long time. You don't need them to last 15 seconds. So this one's actually a real smoke. So she actually made it a real smoke, and you could see like the train of thought of these players. So they saw there was an Astra star there. They knew that, you know, if there's an Astra star here, there's two options. One, you know, she recalls the star, same thing I said, and then someone crosses, and it's like a fake pressure. Two, she's gonna pop the smoke. So these guys have the plan of when this Astra smoke is popped, because we see the star on the ground, we are gonna push forward through it, and the other team will likely be trying to farm orbs because they're running a Phoenix. That's super common strat, and this is the orb you would go for if you're on attack. So both teams are playing this really well right now.
This push. Oh, they go for it.
So here's what happened. These guys pushed through this Astra star at the start of the round. They get these kills. The Killjoy shit hasn't seen anything over here. She also has an alarm bot in A link, which is very common on B takes, right? You want to push in the links to get more ground. So they think, all right, the other team could be rolling into a B hit, which is a very, very good guess. Like as an in-game leader, because here's what's happening, right? The Astra star's placed here, and then immediately like 3 defenders push through the smoke, encounter 2 attackers grabbing the orb, and take them both out. Well, these 2 guys are going to come like fucking crazy. They're going to be like, 3 guys just ran through a fucking smoke. Like 3C. And the immediate reaction for these 3 players is going to be go B or go A. One of the 2. See, they're doing the thing where they have Cypher lurking, which is a good idea because they know that 2 people are stuck on this side of the map, and you know, probably someone has to be holding, you know, both of these ways, and then one person's probably playing retake on A. So they're making a very good read on the fly right now, FPX is. And they're going to leave a lurk to try to kill one of these guys that has to rotate. This is like actually an incredible call.
So they're out by 2.
There's that alarm bot. Damn, that alarm bot's so good, dude.
FPX.
That alarm bot just gave them so much info. But now they don't. So
Thank you.
here's what they do know is they droned to clear front B, and because they didn't really see anything with it, they could probably assume that this is a fake, but it's not like they can do anything about it because there's no one in A anyway. Very well done by Demasik right now. Demasik is giving these guys so much space. Oh, and get out? He's gonna get out. So he throws a cam on the wall to be first contact on this retake. Astra has a star on the ground. She'll probably end up making that a gravity well if I had to guess. Hard site to hold, I'm going to say that, because I think the defense Astra probably still has some abilities, but I'm not sure.
Like really high power, but the problem is, will they have good crossfires?
That's the question. Yeah.
Oh.
Very, very valid point.
Oh!
Gets in midair, but it seems like
What
that
the
is
fuck?
going to work for Opportunists according to plan.
Definitely an attacker gravity well because it's in front of the doors. Definitely an attacker one. Definitely an attacker one. This. That must be for if someone's like... Oh, it's because they have a jet. That's like the anti-jet play. It's so that way, like, when you because taking this fight when, like, a jet could be opping here just feels like shit. It just feels awful. It's not a good fight. They might not ever use something like this, but just the fact that it's there is just playing a massive mind game with whoever plays B.
And this is the moment where FPX has the full
So I was lining some shit up right now.
They need to win this round to have the
Drone coming in C.
and
Wow, that got a lot of info. They're just literally like, all right, well, if no one's here, they're like, this is such a reactionary play right now out of FPX. The drone just goes up right away. They were going to run a default, and then Angel's like, wait, what? It got nothing? Look, they're like kind of just holding the line, They're getting the orb. They got the orb. The drone's like, no, nothing, man. So you can see now the Astra's like, okay, I'll grab the spike. Really good reads right now out of Angel. He's like feeling out the entire site because the drone was like, could be in that corner. So he's like, all right, I'll clear it out real quick. Does he stop here? Does he firewall? What does he do here?
One out of his ultimate, so he gets one kill. He can still like go further with the map control.
This is so smart.
Look how much map control you already obtained by.
This guy can feel it because of what is happening over here at C, guys. The fact that Angel has like actively read this setup out, like because of the drone, because of his molly, like he's feeling out exactly what's going on, right? This is such good in-game leading. This is such good play. But it's even more impressive because I know that the communication is so good that this Cypher is understanding the bigger picture. And this is where it's really hard to get your team on this level, where these guys can see the opening, right? They're like, oh, let's follow the drone. No one's playing C. They're gamble stacking. They could be pushed through A. And that comm might be set, right? Like, careful of the A push, careful of the B push, careful of the garage push. Someone might be calming something along those lines. Typically, like when I'm entering an empty bomb site like this and I'm like hyper aware, I'll try to do that. Sometimes I forget to remind this player, but it is also on this player. Like if you were going to walk into an empty C site, what that means is that something like this is very, very fucking likely. Like it goes from being like a normal likelihood on like a given 5v5 to like the chances of there being two people pushed up A if you can walk into C is like, 70%. Like where else are all 5 players going to be, So this Cypher knows this. And look at how he approaches this. It's so smart. Like he knows there could be people here. He's walking the whole way. He's walking. He never fucking peeks this angle at long. He never fucking peeks that long angle. He pops his cage and he just walks away. And he slimes into spawn because he knows that this is possible. And this is the most impressive thing I've seen so far. Because this guy has to have such a good mental picture of like what goes on and around.
That seaside is open.
Probably not.
Let's see what we're dealing with. Same Astra stars. So this Astra used the gravity well, like we saw last round. There's another one right next to Angel. He firewalls the cross. I want to say there was also a star right here.
One in this case.
Yeah, okay. We don't know what happens with that one, though. I would assume it was a gravity well. Because if it's like a smoke, it just allows this guy to just take the line, Like, if the Astra recalls this one, it's not that good of a play. Because whoever's playing long can still just take the line. They'll just move a little bit further.
In a bonus round, this is worth it. In a full buy round, probably not. But here, it was definitely worth it.
Ooh. Dude, seeing a wall like this is so fucking sick. This is how I think. This is crazy. So, what they're doing at the start of this round, guys, this is probably, I'm just like guessing here, this is probably a gravity well, right? To stop this Sova from peeking long. They did it. Don't know the A setup. But what they do know is this. If there is one person that's playing A, if there is one player that plays A, and they're holding, say they push short, well, you're firewalled off before you peek, so the attackers could be long, right? You don't know that. So you have to, if you peek short, you have to be fearful that they're long because they have firewalled you, and you don't know what's going on over here. So eventually you're going to have to back up and ask someone to hold long, or you're going to hold long yourself, or you're going to play retake, right? Those are your options. If you play long like Sova is right here, you're going to get gravity walled off. And if you go in front of this gravity well, you will encounter the firewall. And when you see the firewall, you have to then be aware that FPX could be going short because you have no eyes on short. So you can see that we're now in the opposite side of this problem, right? So if you're playing long, you don't have info on short. If you're playing short, you don't have info on long. That's why I like this particular firewall combined with this gravity well. They're just accomplishing it very, very quickly in the start of this round. They're forcing two people to play on A or forcing the A retake. One of the two. And if I had to guess, can't he recon? It would just get broken. This guy's just going to break his shit. He's going to break it. And even if he recons, he doesn't know which side of the wall the enemies could be on. So if he recons this side of the wall, there could be guys on this side. If he recons this side, there could be guys over here where the circle is. And it's just, you're forcing two people to play A. No matter how you want to look at it, that's what's going on here, okay? That's all that's happening. So it seems like this team is doing very meta things, right? When it comes to like using Astra, like she's using the orbs here and like doing this shit. And then it seems like FPX is actively trying to counter the meta and like figure out ways to beat it, which is what you saw when like they were aware of this scenario and they used the firewall here. They were aware of this scenario and they have like a star here and like use a firewall here. Like it's just like a game of, you know, cat and mouse, or like a cat or a dog just literally just chasing its tail. Like they're just constantly trying to just like counter each other. So it's not like one style is better. It's not like, you know, one style is going to forever be the best. No, there's just always going to be a countering style.
They do it loudly, which is triggering the rotations, but in the meantime, Rodan just kills Dimmersick peeking.
So this Astra just put the smoke down right away front B. I think if I ever played against this team in the future, this is how I think as an in-game leader. I want you guys to see this too. So if you notice, there is no Astra Star here. There is also no one in this area on defense. If I'm watching this demo planning to play this team, I recognize how they approach this situation in the mid game, where their B site was kind of fucked with a little bit. There's no one there. They've rotated heavily. So now B site is open and they put a panic star down and smoke it.
Kills Dimmersick peeking.
Yeah.
A lobby.
It's kind of a tell.
And I mean, once more, that is actually Akuma making a move.
Oh,
So as long as
what?
spotted, a little unfortunate, 'cause now
They're lucky that wall came in, dude. Okay. So the wall comes in. That's a defense wall. Wow, that's how they're using it, huh? That's very interesting. I kind of like it. So the approach to this Astra ult, this is so interesting because I've yet to really see like a top level EU team use Astra, and here we are, and this is so creative. So they are cutting this A site across this. I mean, this ult is kind of holding C long, it's holding garage, it's holding front B, and it's also allowing this defense to hold on to the back of A site and hell. They are conceding the plant because they know they can easily retake this given all of this control. Like, there's no fucking shot you're holding this site. Here's what's going to happen when this wall comes down, which you have to plant the spike because this time, first of all, you're not going to wait it out. So when this ult falls, she'll probably smoke this, and then, you know, like, even, I mean, if they wanted to, Killjoy could fucking ult and they could just defuse. Killjoy could ult, like, right here or back sight. Like, she could drop an insane ult and just stick a defuse, and you would just lose. I guess Shao would ult it, but this is going to be interesting. How the fuck does this play out?
can pretty much predict what's going to happen. Groden is out.
Why would he be on the other side of the... That's not a good play. Like, those two deaths are not good. What the hell?
And we saw previous
Oh,
rounds, and
no.
Wild he can't deny, but dies in the process. And that is the trait they were looking for. At the same time, look at Shao, who still got his ult. And now they might just have a bit of a problem.
Yes, no
The
smokes left.
timing on Taka plays a crucial role, but Shao peeks and finds the frag. And
Wow.
so he could just run away, wait for the defuse, ain't doing that. Has an idea, gets eliminated though, and Shadow is now probably ending in the dagger. So does
he hit something.
And Shadow,
what did he hit? He got stuck.
Is now probably ending in the dagger. So idea gets eliminated though, and Shadow is now probably ending in the dagger. So does he actually whiffs it, still makes that move.
I wonder if that
Fifth round for Opportunists.
plays out like that if he doesn't get stuck. Alright, so the Jet is moving in front of this star. I mean, you gotta think, like, if you are on attack, so the reason why this Jet isn't very fearful of the star below her feet is just the realization of, like, if you're an esports team on attack, you're having an Astra, there's a... Fuck. There it is. Okay. So, there's this star here. I can't get it in the next round, I don't think. Maybe I can, actually. Let me see.
Dollars are so well invested. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I can't get it. Anyway, there's an Astra star under this Jet, and she knows it's not going to be used as a gravity well. She knows it's not going to be used as a stun, because if you're on attack peeking this angle, you not only have to be worried about a Jet pushing down long, you have to be worried about the Jet over here, or an Opper here, or an Opper here. And if you waste this star as a gravity well or as a stun, it doesn't deal with 3/4 of the possibilities. So you can see, like 99% of the time, like, it is a risk worth taking for this Jet to push in front of this star and assume that it's only going to be used as a smoke or a recalled smoke. It's going to be one of those two things, right? So that's why she's just going to actively push in front of it with this op, and that's why she doesn't give a fuck.
How wonderfully played. An Opportunist up by 4.
Ooh, what the hell? What the hell is going on over here? What the?
Man, what a round. Insane.
Really?
So they recalled the smoke.
Well, Angel wants to gain some...
And they smoked this. That, like, is kind of insinuating that they want to do something aggro. Maybe they want... So it looks like maybe what they want to do is have the other team think they're doing something really, really aggressive, right? Like, they want you to think that they're pushing into this area, so that way you use utility to clear all this out. So you're going to have to use utility to come through the smoke, potentially use utility here, and Jet's at the third angle that you probably wouldn't use utility to clear, right? Because she's in like a weird line right now. She's in an off angle in the middle of long. So it's like a trap setup, almost. I think that's what they're going for. I don't know.
Map control. Still has it run back available.
Very weird setup. Right, but it's weird, but I also feel like it would work really well. Ooh, they just use the drone. So this is why the drone is so valuable, because normally you would require 2 pieces of utility, like I said, but the drone can do all of this by itself. It could clear all of this zone out all by itself. So it gets a lot of value. You can see it also even pushes the Jet back. Like, she hears it coming, and she might actually opt to hide in the corner till it fizzles out.
This is why he's not popping it. He still waits for the drone to find some information.
And now she's going to retake the line. Ooh, I didn't know if the Astra would have already taken it. So she's going to repush. There it is. Oh my god. So, oh, he missed, and the Sova just killed her. But I don't know where the Jet was planning on going after the kill. She didn't have an escape because no one was holding Garage.
They made it so
he gets traded by Dimasic.
Oh.
And it's Shao on the side trying to defend it with his teammate on the backside as well. There's the defender's Killjoy ultimate. Akuma.
Why?
7 seconds, 6 seconds. I'm not sure how much time is left on the bomb. Oh no, he...
Wait, why did he ult there? Because he thought maybe they were long C. That is an insane ult though for the retake. I've never seen this before. Oh, Vision Strikers did it? Interesting.
Preemptively.
It's just they didn't use it right, and it wasn't in the right round.
And I was really asking to get the swing their way with those pistol rounds. So you
can see, like, the other team is... Opportunists are literally trying to do exactly what FPX did last half. They're just less effective at it, right? they're trying to deny info from both of the ways or push back, you know, both of the ways and force two people to play A or make it a retake. And Angel like this is, he has like the IGL mentality. This is like how I would approach it too. Is like, no, like you're gonna have to do a little bit more than push me off this to push me off this angle. Like I actually don't believe you're going short A, and I'm not gonna call for the rotate yet. Like you're gonna have to like prove to me that you're here. Like I do this a lot too when I play, and that's what he's doing. He's like fighting for this ground so that way he doesn't have to ask for a rotate because he knows this setup is just incredible. So he doesn't want to ruin the setup over here. And he's not overcalming because a lot of shit is coming on his screen right now and no one's rotating. I mean, look at how he approaches this. So they do the double Astra Star 2. So they probably have like the suck combined with the smoke. There's the suck, and he runs up with it like right away. And that looked like it might have been a recalled smoke, maybe.
I'll be honest with you. The name
yeah. So it recalls like right when he's here. He mollies it. He peeks it real quick after it recalls. Did this Sova just like miss a dart or something? Oh, okay. Dude, and they fucking Sova darted the back wall too. Guys, the layers in that were insane. That's fucking incredible. So let's go back and I'll literally like run through it all one more time. So Astra suck, Astra fake smoke. So she's recalling this. While the suck is going down, Angel's full sending it up this wall and mollying this. And then right when this smoke fades, there's a Sova dart that hits the wall here and he's peeking with it. All of this is done to prevent you from going A into a one-man setup. Because the four-man setup is actually fucking garage and B. Like, holy shit, this is fucking hard to read if you're playing against these guys. This round is so fucking hard to call if you're playing against this team.
I'll be honest with you, the name fits very well. Those lads are opportunists.
What the fuck? Because you feel like there's an A push happening right now. Like you feel, if you're this Sova, you feel like there's like 3 people in A lobby right now. Like you're just like, that was a lot of shit, man.
Angel and Co. down by 4 rounds on the map they have been pretty much invincible at, unbeatable.
Ooh.
Use any other
so now the Sova clears out long, and Angel's still like, wait, no, I'm gonna show presence to this drone. I want him to know that I'm still here. Like that's why he shot at it. He could have just, you know, hid, right? Look where he is. He hears it and shit. He knows it's coming. Like he's backing up. He sees it right here. He's like, fuck, I actually have to like show presence. Like I can't. But he's also scared because the other team could be following the drone. So you can see like he can't just commit out in the middle of the open. But if this drone is doing what it's doing, he wants to like fake some pressure at very least. Like he is doing a lot right now in this solo role.
Adjective you want to. And so opportunists, can the momentum swing their way?
So then the Jet throws a smoke on the ground. So again, this is exactly what FPX was trying to accomplish last half. They actually kind of did with like the firewalls. So they have the drone go short. The drone kind of clears short. The drone also clears this. The Jet smokes on the ground. So this guy back here, right? When this Jet smoke goes down and the Sova drone sees him. So the Sova drone knows no one's close. It knows that, you know, there's probably like 1 to 2 people in this deep zone. And the Jet smokes like this. This Phoenix should have to respect someone coming out this way and this way, but he doesn't. Like, he doesn't because he knows he can't ask for an over rotation in a setup like this.
With those pistol rounds
wow, that's kind of sick.
Very quiet execution so far.
That's really sick, actually.
Well, slowly creeping.
Drone from P. And he kept the line too.
FPX,
he's a little unsure if there's people short, so he's gonna go back and kind of clear it out real quick. And once he's cleared it out, okay, now that he's cleared out short, he's like, all right, yeah, this was all fake. They're definitely not here.
People are going in, but debuffed. They're getting killed with one
oh shit, dude, that dunked on Logan.
Oh, yeah, there we go. And so It is FPX in a situation where they most definitely try to make something work with the round they have. Retake is initiated. Boombot is coming in. Flash as well. Seems like that was...
It's a massive round by Angel. Like,
and talking about it, Taka knows. And Taka is now on the one-tap mission. As for now, though, it is Logan standing just there over long.
All that early damage from the paint shells.
Kind
of feeling important right now, I'm not gonna lie.
Tries to find the one-tap, but Xiao will start. Xiao will continue.
Cam is first
worry. Xiao hopes for his teammates.
Damn.
And at the end of the day, here comes the 5th for FPX.
That was a great round. Okay, so that was the Attackers Astra Star. This is very different. Very different. So let's see how FPX is going to approach this, because we've seen FPX run, I think, this exact setup. This is now the second time we've seen this setup, where the Astra is playing A link, and she will pop this suck right at the start. She'll smoke this. This Sova is going to arrow this back wall. But the difference is that now on attack, the Astra on attack is going to either suck/stun this spot and do the opposite right here. And she's basically just denying the early peaks, so that way the attackers can take control. And again, it's the same thing in theory, where you're trying to make this one person feel like they have to call for a rotate to watch this and this, like, because he can't watch them both once you cross. So that's all they're doing. But I kind of want to see how they react to these Astra Stars right now. That's like really interesting to me. So he just saw the Astra Star. Look, the Phoenix is moving. The second this Astra Star hit the ground, Angel was moving. Watch. Fuck, I went too far. 3, 2, 1. He's calming now, and now he's moving. You can see, like, that's about how much time it would take for the communication from Sova to come in and Angel to react, and see like exactly what happened right there. This Astra's sucking both the spots on A, like I said, and she jumps through the smoke. She probably sees this now and is a little bit sketched out, because this Astra's staring at it. This Astra's definitely going to do something with this in a second. Oh, she recalled it. So when something like this happens, they concede it. She recalled both smokes. So now she still has all of her abilities, because they know that if you do something like this, if you, like, you know, stun both sides of A, you're gonna get it. Like, why waste our utility? Like, it's fucking yours. Like, you can take it. It's not like it's a super important. It's not like it's the most important thing of the round, right? So they just get the smokes back. That's so fucking smart. Because I think most people would just like fire sale, like pop that shit, you know? Like, I was thinking they were going to do it, because I think if this Sova comes out to me and I'm Astra, I probably just do like a stun just to try to slow them down and like let them know like we might be fighting. But I like this idea too. This idea is good. This idea is really good, actually.
Is a good battleground for them. 10-8. They were down 4 rounds in a row, but they found a way back. And if
it's the Sova drones now, just to clear out all this shit. He crosses to get that ground. This person's fearless of working up long because of that initial Astra suck, and then she jumped through. If you remember, spotting that Sova is big, because that was the guy that initially darted long. He's going to drone long now. So you can see, like, everything's a flow in EU, right? So this Sova drones and is going to tag this Sova. And the second he gets hit by the drone, he breaks. Well, first of all, he breaks it, because he is the only person that has shown presence on A, right? He's the one that arrowed at the start, and, you know, like, he's the one that showed presence when he was here. So it makes sense that if the drone sees him, the other team gets no further information, right? It's very important that the Sova breaks this drone and not the Phoenix. And that's why you see Angel take a step back. He doesn't want to challenge this drone. He doesn't want the drone to know there's 2 different agents on the A site. So the Sova steps forward, challenges it, jumps behind the box, and immediately drones. So, like, their roles are just so well defined. They really are. And you can see it, the second that the drone tags him and he breaks it, Angel slides in and just takes the angle. If you think I'm wrong at all, watch. Watch Angel. Angel waits, and you can see he slid across. But he couldn't risk getting spotted, so he had to wait. then the immediate drone. That's going to spot this Astra and maybe even this. So the same thing in reverse, right? This Astra, her presence has not been seen at this A site, but this Sova literally just droned. So him breaking this drone gives no more information than what has already been gotten by defense. Like, this is fucking insane. If you guys think an NA team is going to beat and like these top EU teams, it will be a fucking fluke. There's no way. Like, they are so strategically prepared. It's insane. Like, I don't even know how the fuck they do it. Like, I say what they're doing, but it's a lot harder to teach 4 other people how to do this shit. Like, this is very difficult what they're doing. This is fucking super difficult.
Shocking, but FPX is not biting.
So I don't know if you saw that, but the Astra recalled some smokes on A just now. So you could see she had like the heaven smoke. I don't think she smokes small, I'm not sure. I think she recalled a smoke there when we were looking. So just
it's a little bit tough on that side, but
watch how like every ability, it's a double smokes. I think she faked them both. And the second Sova realizes that, he arrows this from backside. He's waiting for it. Yeah, okay. He did it actually. Right? Did he do it already? I wasn't paying attention. I think he did it. Anyway. So they're immediately getting info, and when the arrow's broken, it forces 2 people to stay, because now they don't know. They don't know what site it's at. And it's very hard to read because this team has now spread across the entire map and put so much pressure everywhere. They've done exactly what they wanted to do, which is force someone to play C, force someone to play this zone, force someone to play this zone, and then force someone to play short and someone to play long. And now we can do a strat. That's what they've done all round. And now they can finally run their strat. There's that 2 at A, 1 from B. Literally full map presence. Jesus. A little bit of something everywhere. So again, the same shit's going on over here at A. And they're again not going to use it.
The momentum's behind opportunities. They have 3 ultimates. Right. And on the tag, there are some.
Is Angel just gonna go through that shit after it was popped? It is.
Specifically, those are not
so
passive.
Dude, you can see the value of like the Sova knowing this lineup for this dart combined with this smoke. Angel now knows no one's lurking in this lobby, and he knows all of this. The Astra basically he knows the Astra now wasted 2 stars for the sake of this fake, which means that this is probably not going to be an A-hit. Like, and I'd imagine we're going to see the Sova leave, but who knows? Maybe he has a different idea.
Ultimates. Those are active ultimates. This is not a cipher who can find a bit of information from time to time. No, this is that serious utility. And so, as hot people through, first frag found.
Of getting that ultimate off, but he is being caught, is he? No player is detained.
It looked like it. You're absolutely right. For a second, it looked a lot like it, but Opportunists have gained the ground on C. That was a close one. Still survives. And this brings us in a situation where the clock is running away, and it's ticking loud in the ears of FPX. As though Angel enters. The Angel's entering very...
Dude, Logan has gotten so many kills from this corner, and he was the one that got the kills from this corner earlier too, right? Or was that... Who was that? I think it was him.
Cautious, and that means Logan is up for a hunt, still thinks him, and that means that the time is still not playing in their favor, not at all. Taka finish.
Yeah, Logan looked really good there. That was a great map.